Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you some high school girls lacrosse action here in the preliminary round of the MIAA Division I State Tournament. Today's contest pits the visiting 34th seeded New Bedford High School Whalers, seen over here on my right in the red jerseys with white jersey numbers, against the hosting 31st seeded Brookline High Warriors. And you can see the Warriors over here on my left in the white jerseys with dark blue jersey numbers and red outlines. The winner of this matchup moves on to the round of 32, where they will face off against number 2 seeded Westwood. And, regardless of how low these teams might be seeded, making it to the playoffs is a special experience for young student athletes. And I expect we're going to get a good one here today. With that in mind, let's take a look at the rosters for the two teams coming in today. And let's start with the visitors, the New Bedford High Whalers. Going in order of jersey number, starting off, we have a sophomore, number 1, Lexi Thompson. After that, a junior, number 2, Tatum Reese. A senior, number 5, Callista Pacheco. A freshman, number 7, Emily DaCosta. A senior, number 9, Sarah Sadness. A junior, number 10, Tess Tarpey. A senior co-captain, number 11, Kennedy Franklin. A freshman, number 12, Ashlyn Reese. A junior, number 13, Gabriela Saliagos. A senior co-captain, number 16, Nora Blanchard. A freshman, number 17, Annette Bennett Tucker. Another freshman, number 18, Hannah Blanchard. A junior, number 19, Mackenzie Baggs. A junior, number 20, Hannah Pereira. A junior, number 21, Vanessa Bucha. A sophomore, number 22, Georgia Logan. A senior co-captain, number 23, Tari Pereira. And finally, a freshman, number 26, Jalea Ann Perry. Head coach of the New Bedford High School girls lacrosse team is Josh Mosher. So that is the roster for the visiting 34th seeded New Bedford Whalers. If there happen to be any New Bedford fans watching this stream and you catch me flubbing the pronunciation of anyone's names, I encourage you to correct me in the live chat. But in the meantime, let's turn our attention over to the hosts for today, the 31st seeded Brookline High Warriors. Looking at the Warriors roster, and once again, going in order of jersey number. Starting off, we have a junior, number 2, Nama Tomer. A freshman, number 3, Sydney Bueno. Another freshman, number 4, Sasha Harwin. A junior, number 5, Amali Anderson. A freshman, number 6, Sophia Liu. A junior, number 7, Julia Janowski. A junior, number 8, Riley Lackey. A junior, number 9, Faith Rothstein. A freshman, number 10, Birdie Hawkins. A junior, number 11, Charlotte Smith. A senior captain, number 13, Jada Kelly. A junior, number 14, Dina Nymark Goldberg. Another junior, number 16, Fiona Keegan McGlynn. A senior, number 17, Lee Mitchell. A sophomore, number 18, Piper Kelly. A freshman, number 19, Maggie Tien. A junior, number 20, Diane Lee. A sophomore, number 25, Kaylin Currain. A junior, number 26, Annabelle Gardner. And finally, a sophomore, number 28, Abby Cooney. Head coach of the Brookline High girls lacrosse team is Juliana Malloy. So that is the roster for the hosting Brookline High Warriors. The 31st seeded Brookline team hosting the 34th seeded New Bedford team here in the preliminary round of the 2022 MIAA Division I State Tournament for girls lacrosse. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan giving you live coverage of today's game here at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. If you end up enjoying this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. I know the spring season is just about over, but we do have plenty of summer games coming up across some different sports, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. Subscribing to the channel really helps. And as I mentioned before, I encourage folks to engage in the live chat. You know, if there's, like I said, if there's any names that I'm flubbing and you want to correct me on that, please do so. If you notice any technical issues, if the audio sounds off or if the video seems off, then I encourage you to let me know in the live chat so I can try and correct whatever the issue may be. And if you just want to shout out your favorite team or player, you just want to say, go Warriors or go Whalers, or shout out your favorite player, or if you just want to comment on the action so far, that is something I also encourage. But it looks like we're about ready to get the first half underway. The two teams huddling up before coming out onto the field for the start of the first half. We see the Warriors have broken their pregame huddle, and they're taking to the field. We see they've got their usual netminder, the sophomore Kaylin Currain, who had a fantastic performance in the team's regular season finale against Newton North, finishing with 9 saves and only 5 goals allowed, as Brookline captured its second consecutive win in the last week of the regular season. On the other side, trying to see the jersey number for the New Bedford netminder, having a little trouble with it, but I'll update it as we go. In the meantime, we got our two draw takers in the middle for Brookline. That is their usual draw specialist, Abby Cooney, number 28 for New Bedford. Looks like they've got number 16, Nora Blanchard, the senior co-captain, getting ready to take it. Brookline versus New Bedford, preliminary round of the state tournament. Here we go. First draw is knocked away and recovered by Blanchard. Blanchard runs it into the attack area. New Bedford setting in their offense. Pass goes around to number 21, Vanessa Bucha. And a floating pass. Oh, she had an open teammate. It was juggled and lost, and the shot ultimately went wide. That was almost a great find from Bucha over to number 23, Tari Pereira. But Pereira just couldn't collect it cleanly. Now Bucha coming around with long shot, save by Karain. First save of the day for Kaylin Karain. Once again, she had 9 against Newton North. I believe that was last week, for a very impressive save percentage of about .643. Being harassed by Bucha as she looks for an outlet option. Finally floats one up, and we've got a whistle. And I think they're saying Bucha was getting too physical when defending Karain. So Brookline will keep possession. And the ball goes back to Karain. And there's the whistle. Karain still looking around now, floats a long one, finds her target. I think that's Diane Lee, number 20. Whoops, got to keep the camera up. As Lee floats a pass ahead, finds, I believe that's number 9, Rothstein. Sends a pass that's juggled but recovered by Cooney. Now sent to the back to number 10, Birdie Hawkins. Hawkins holding it around the back, now sends a pass over to, I believe, Maggie Tien. Long pass goes out to Rothstein, and then across to Julia Janowski, and then over to Cooney. Cooney now at the ball, comes around and sends it over to, I believe, Hawkins. Hawkins coming around, looking for an option. Tries to cut in, fakes someone out her shoes. Shot is blocked by the netminder. Scrum for the loose ball. And the whistle is blown. A body save from the New Bedford goalie. Again, I can't see the jersey number because they don't have a jersey number on the front for their goalie, and I haven't seen her turn around at all. But great saves on both sides by the two netminders here today. New Bedford takes over possession. This is Nora Blanchard getting swarmed by the defense, manages to pass out of it. Now running it across midfield, running into a wall. That's Riley Lackey defending number 2, Tatum Reese. And Reese has the ball knocked loose, but she recovers it. And it's knocked loose again. It's being chased after, still being chased after, and it's going to be scooped up by Maggie Tien. And now we've got, I believe, a foul call against New Bedford. Tien floats one over to number 11, Charlotte Smith. Smith running with it. Still moving with it. Charging, hitting a wall, and passing it to the back. Pass now sent over to Hawkins. Hawkins surveying from the back. And ultimately gives a pass over to Tien. Tien scored 11 goals in 2 games last week, and there's one in this week. First goal of the game scored by number 19, Maggie Tien. The freshman has been on fire as a goal scorer late here in the season. Like I said, 11 goals last week in 2 games. 5 most recently in that game against Newton North, and now she's got the first goal of this preliminary round contest. So a 1-0 lead for the home team as we get ready for another draw. Or no, they just give it to Brookline. Must have been some kind of penalty call that I missed, as now we've got another whistle. I'm not sure what's happening. Looks like something with the goalie's equipment. Okay, now I'm able to see pretty clearly a jersey number. She just turned around. I believe that was number 10, Tess Tarpey. Yeah, I'm not sure what quite is going on here, as there seems to be a slight equipment malfunction here for the goalie, Tess Tarpey. Whatever it is, you know, sometimes this stuff just happens in sports. You get these weird stoppages. In the first half of this state tournament preliminary round contest, the score is Brookline 1, New Bedford 0. First goal of the game coming from Brookline's Mayfield-Sheehan. Was it a glove or something? I have no idea. I'm not even going to pretend to understand what that stoppage was, but we're back in action. Cooney running with it for Brookline, floats a pass over to Hawkins. Hawkins now coming across, sends a pass up top to Tien. Tien with one goal already. She's making her approach, turns around, shoots off the crossbar. She faked out Tarpey with the turnaround, but unlucky with the placement. Brookline does recover and stay with their offense. Rothstein floats a pass that misses Hawkins, but is recovered by Lackey. And now it's given over to Hawkins. Now sending it around the back. Cooney looking around and ultimately passes out to Hawkins. Back up top to Rothstein. Rothstein starting to charge, hits traffic, passes out of it. Over to Janowski. Janowski back up top to Rothstein. Now back over to Hawkins. Back to Rothstein, back to Hawkins. Hawkins juggles. Oh, she kicked it out of the attack area for a second, but she manages to recover. Gives it to Rothstein. Rothstein charges, hits traffic again. Trying to come around on a second approach. Coming around, floats a pass. Nice find. Tien's shot is blocked, and we got a whistle. Oh, we're going to get a free position chance for Mayfield-Sheehan. She's going to try and put Brookline up by 2 here. There's the whistle. Charge. Shot in. Mayfield-Sheehan, 2 goals already today. And Brookline's got the 2-0 lead. Mayfield-Sheehan has been an absolute offensive star for Brookline. Like I said, 11 goals last week, 2 goals already today in her postseason debut as a freshman. This is a very young Brookline team with a lot of promise for the years to come. As we get ready for another draw, Cooney versus Blanchard. Up in the air, and it's recovered nicely out of the air by Charlotte Smith as she moves it in transition into the attack area. Quick pass to Rothstein. Rothstein fakes out, shoots, and turned away by Tarpey. Nice save there as now New Bedford works on the clear and a whistle is blown. They were trying to knock the ball away from number 5, Callista Pacheco. And now Pacheco trying again to escape the defense. Nice sprint around the circle there to escape. As she now crosses midfield, pulls back and floats a pass over to Reese. Tatum Reese manages to find an opening of her own and goes into the attack area. Starting her charge, trying to work her way around Lee, but help defense comes and she has to retreat and pass it behind the net. And they lost the ball. An errant pass and New Bedford turns it over. Brookline will take over in their own end. Pass is floated over to Crane. Crane looking for an outlet again, being pressured by Vanessa Bucha. Long pass goes over the reach of Tien, off the bounce, it goes off a leg. They try to scoop it up and eventually recovered by Tien. A little bit of an assist there on her recovery due to the efforts of number 18, Piper Kelly, and we've got a whistle that I believe is going to go against New Bedford. Brookline continues on the attack. Tien sees an opening, and the opening's gone. And the ball is knocked, but not cleanly. And so we have a whistle. And this might be another prime free position chance for Tien. Bit far out, and indeed she's just going to pass out of it over to Smith as Brookline resets their offense. Passing around the circle, Hawkins now with it. Coming out from the back. Crossing back, crossing again. Now sends a pass across. I believe that's Rothstein. Now back to Hawkins. Hawkins charges. Jukes, spins, gets swarmed and passes out to Rothstein, but Hawkins got pushed, and that's going to be a whistle. So Brookline keeps the ball as Rothstein passes it over to Hawkins. Hawkins makes an approach, gets swarmed, spins again, and nowhere to go as she looks for a pass and sends one out to Riley Lackey. Now behind the net to Tien. Tien with 2 goals already today as she passes out to Smith and then up top to Janowski. Janowski making her approach, gets smothered, tried to force her way through but lost the ball, but it's recovered, I believe, by Tien. Tien back to the top. As Brookline resets again, Tien making a charge, weaves her way around one, around another, and into the net. Tien's got the hat trick already. Maggie Tien, an unstoppable force here in the first half. She's got all 3 goals today as Brookline goes up 3-0 on New Bedford. You know, very impressive approach there. You know, weaved her way around one defender. Another one tried to help, but, you know, they weren't able to come together and create any kind of wall. So it was an easy second weave around for Tien as she just charged right at the net for her 3rd goal today. Off the draw, it's scooped up by Smith and brought into the attack area. Brookline back on offense. They got a 3-goal lead already. Charlotte Smith starts an approach, tries a pass, but it's blocked, but Smith recovers and now sends one over. It's juggled but collected, I believe, by Kelly, I think. Passed over to Janowski. Julia Janowski holding it at the top. Swings a pass over to Kelly. Now over to Hawkins. Hawkins moving around the back, and we've got a whistle. The whistle seemed to come from a spot away from the ball. That was interesting. Either way, Brookline out of the free position. This is Hawkins floating it across to Smith. Smith out to Kelly, and then out to Tien. They set up the ISO for Tien. Or no, they don't. They immediately start moving out of the stack. Tien comes across the top. Looking around, trying to sneak her way in. Weaving through, lost the ball. And it's recovered by the Whalers. Ultimately recovering the ground ball was number 11, Kennedy Franklin. Franklin running with it, getting smothered, and draws a whistle. Would have been a very impressive juke move by Tien if she was able to weave her way through that. Instead, New Bedford going on the attack. It's Blanchard to Blanchard. Hannah Blanchard gets stood up and lost the ball. A forced turnover by Abby Cooney, scooped up by Diane Lee. Now Piper Kelly working in transition, sends a pass across to Hawkins. Hawkins continues to run with the ball and sends it ahead to Rothstein. Rothstein looking around, sends it back to Hawkins. Hawkins now looking around. Sends it up top to Rothstein. Now over to Smith. And now over to, I want to say, Kelly, and then to Tien, and then to Hawkins as Brookline works around the circle. Trying to see what develops. Tien holding the ball. She's got all 3 goals for the game so far. Hawkins holding the ball now. And back to Tien. Floats a pass for Janowski. Janowski fires and misses wide. The New Bedford defense closed fast and forced a shot that I don't think Janowski was 100% comfortable with. And as a result, there's the miss. Hawkins, coming out of the back, gets double teamed and retreats. Now sends it over to Rothstein. Rothstein back to Hawkins. Hawkins starts her approach and stops. Kicks it out to Smith, and now across to, I believe, Tien. Tien gets double teamed and pulls back. Looking around for the options, she passes it along the back to Hawkins. Hawkins trying to sneak out the back, comes around one defender, and her shot was too low. It scoops and bounces over the net. The rebound chased down by Brookline, and they will stay on the attack after back-to-back missed shots. Tien holding the ball up top, gives it over to Hawkins. Back to Tien. And back to Hawkins. Tien and Hawkins just playing catch right now. Now Hawkins coming across, turns around, hits a wall, turns around again, flips it back to Tien. Now Tien surveying her options. Long pass, finds her target. Charlotte Smith for the goal! For 4-0, the Brookline lead. Charlotte Smith, her first goal of the day. Maggie Tien collects the first assist from either side today to add on to her hat trick. A nice long pass, spotted the lapse in the defense. All Smith had to do was finish, and she did it perfectly. Timeout now called. And I don't think that's halftime. I'm going to go check, see if that's halftime or if it's timeout. 1 second, I'll be right back, folks. So it does seem to be a timeout here in the first half. I presume taken by New Bedford after a rough start here against Brookline. 4-0, the Warriors lead the Whalers here in the first half. So far, 3 goals and 1 assist from Maggie Tian, the clear offensive leader for Brookline. Charlotte Smith with 1 goal. That's all the goal scoring we have so far, and it's been rather one-sided. Brookline, as much as all the stats come out for the offensive players, you got to give a lot of credit to the possession-type players. You know, players like Abby Cooney and Charlotte Smith have been doing a fantastic job on the draws to keep Brookline on the attack. And the few times that New Bedford has gone on the offense, Brookline has done a pretty stellar job of limiting their options, very quickly forcing turnovers a lot of the time. And they really have been dominating possession and taking advantage of that possession advantage. Because for those of you who have followed my live streams, you know that in lacrosse, as huge as the possession advantage can be, especially in girls lacrosse, you know, it's not the be-all and end-all. I mean, last week, Brookline versus Newton North, the Tigers dominated possession time, really, but a stellar defensive performance by Brookline, led by goalie Kaylin Karain, limited Newton North just 5 goals, and Brookline came away with the win there. 7-5 was that final. Out of the timeout, Brookline leads New Bedford 4-0. Another draw between Cooney and Blanchard. Up in the air it goes, and it's snagged by Cooney. Abby Cooney continuing to show her possession-based prowess as she brings it into the attack area and flips it out to Charlotte Smith. Smith sends it across to Rothstein and then over to, I want to say, Piper Kelly. Now over to Janowski and then to Tian. Now to Hawkins. Hawkins coming out of the back, a long pass across to Smith. Smith with 1 goal so far today. Holding the ball, starting to charge across. She's got an opening. Not enough of one though. Pass. Oh, a snipe from Maggie Tian. That shot surprised me, as well as the goalie, as well as I think just about everybody. The assist I would give to Charlotte Smith on that one, as Tian records her 4th goal of the day. Usually with assists in lacrosse, you have to pass it to somebody with no defenders in front of them, but I think considering Tian didn't go around any defenders and just took her shot, I think you can credit Smith with the assist there, as you can credit Cooney with another draw control on that one. Brookline back on the attack with a 5-0 lead. Pass goes over to Rothstein, now over to Janowski, now to the back to Hawkins. Hawkins passes to the back to Tian. Tian comes around, spins, shoots, and that's in again! 5 goals in the first half for Maggie Tian. A nice pass from Birdie Hawkins as she noticed Tian cutting from behind the net. You know, and maybe I'm being a little overly generous. I know there are some judgment calls to be made with assists, but I'd give an assist to Birdie Hawkins on that one. You know, I think the turnaround for the shot was quick enough. You know, even if Tian was still defended, I think the turnaround was quick enough that you can credit Birdie Hawkins with the assist on that one. This time the draw is collected by Kennedy Franklin. She had to scramble for it a little bit. But we got New Bedford's first draw control in a little bit as the Whalers now move on the attack. That is Vanessa Bucha holding the ball. Floats a pass over to number 13, Gabriela Saliagos. Now pass over to Hannah Blanchard, who tries to cut in, hits a wall. Well defended there by, I believe, Diane Lee. Now coming around the back, attempted spin from Tatum Reese, but just hits a wall and has to reset up top. Reese starts to charge, gets walled, passes over to Franklin. Franklin gets walled and pulls back. Franklin tries to charge again. Coming around the back, covered by Smith, trying to sneak around the back and gets walled off by the help, and the pass is blocked and recovered on the ground ball by Smith. Great supporting defense, among them Faith Rothstein, who might have gotten her stick on that attempted pass, as Smith recovers and passes ahead now to Hawkins. Or no, Piper Kelly, excuse me. Pass over to Rothstein now. Rothstein making her approach, floats a pass to Hawkins. Hawkins charging in, looking for an opening, and it's not there. Passes out to Cooney. Cooney charges in. Abby Cooney buries it. Cooney, more known for her defense and draw control prowess, but that time a swift charge off the pass from Hawkins. I think that one's got to go as unassisted, but a fine goal from Abby Cooney. And that makes it 7-0, the Brookline lead over New Bedford, still in the first half. This draw is chased down by Cooney, another draw control. Long pass to Hawkins. Hawkins coming across. Quick pass back to Cooney, and that one's in! Abby Cooney with her second. 2 goals now for the draw specialist, and 2 assists for Birdie Hawkins. No question about the assist call on that one. A spectacular give-and-go play of sorts between the sophomore and freshman, Cooney and Hawkins. Again, Brookline, a very young and very exciting team. Plenty to look forward to in the future of this program. You know, they are definitely building something under the leadership of first-year head coach Juliana Malloy. This draw is scrambled for and ultimately scooped up by Charlotte Smith. She's had a few nice draw controls today, along with the 1 goal and 1 assist she has registered offensively. Smith brings it into the attack area and flips it over to Piper Kelly. Now over to Abby Cooney. Cooney, a long pass, finds Janowski. Now over to Hawkins in the corner. Hawkins flips it across the back to Tien. Now Tien passes out to Smith, and then to Kelly, and then to Rothstein, and then back to Cooney as Brookline sending it around. Now a game of catch between Cooney and Rothstein, and Cooney starts to charge. Cooney jukes and draws a whistle. Almost had the opening she wanted there, but instead she's going to get a chance for the hat trick out of the free position. The whistle, the charge. She couldn't get it past Tess Tarpey. Now New Bedford with possession of the ball. Trying to move it out. That's Pacheco sending the pass over to Reese. And a whistle is blown. Tatum Reese continues carrying the ball for the Whalers. Cross midfield. Trying to fight her way through Diane Lee, who's been doing an excellent job on defense today. Floats a pass, finds her target. And a high pass collected by Nora Blanchard. Weaves her way through, has an opening, saved by Karain. Kaylin Karain hasn't been challenged too many times today, but she has saved both shots on net so far. Hawkins bringing it into the attack area. Flips a pass back to Cooney. Cooney sends it to the corner to Janowski. Janowski sending it along the back. It's juggled and lost, and the ground ball. Oh, it's going to go into the back part of the net, so it's going to be scooped up by New Bedford. Ball is knocked away quickly, but a whistle is blown. Once again, New Bedford with possession. Brookline leads 8-0 so far here in the first half. Pass is blocked. Again, the Brookline defense just smothering, but the ground ball is recovered by New Bedford. Pass gets ahead to Franklin. Long pass now to Bucha. Bucha charging one-on-one, gets around her defender. Shot is in. New Bedford on the board. They moved fast on that one. The goal scored by Vanessa Bucha, which I might be mispronouncing. Again, if there are any New Bedford fans watching, let me know in the live chat if there are names I am mispronouncing. And with the relatively clear path she had, I would even credit an assist to the senior co-captain, Kennedy Franklin. It's very good, fast movement of the ball by New Bedford after it seemed like they were going to turn it over in their own end. They cut the Brookline lead down to 8-1 here in the first half. Another draw, Cooney against Franklin. Ball is knocked loose, and it's going to be scooped up by the Whalers. That's number 18, Hannah Blanchard, running with it into the attack area. Still running with it, floats a pass, it's deflected. Almost picked up by Nora Blanchard, but instead scooped up by Diane Lee. Lee's pass is immediately intercepted by Bucha. Vanessa Bucha passing it around. That pass gets away from Franklin, and that's going to bounce all the way into the neutral area. A collision knocks the ball loose, and it is struggling to be scooped up. It's going all the way back to the New Bedford end. They're still struggling to pick it up, and finally a whistle is blown as Brookline got a little too aggressive trying to knock the ball away from number 19, Mackenzie Baggs. Okay, looks like New Bedford lost the ball out of bounds. Sorry, I think I missed that there. Either way, Brookline with it. We've got a player charging. I think this is Tian coming around, losing the ball, and the whistle is blown. Maggie Tian going to have a chance out of the free position. Funnily enough, with all the 9 goals we've seen scored today, only 1 out of the free position so far. Now Tian lining up. Takes the long shot and buries it. Tian fired the cannon, and the cannon hit its target. Goal number 6 for Maggie Tian here in the first half. She is on fire. 9-1, now the Brookline lead. Now, once again, it'll be Cooney against Franklin on the draw. Up in the air. Deflects a couple times and scooped up by Charlotte Smith. Smith into the attack area. Taking off with some speed. Ball's knocked away from behind. Good defense by the Whalers, but can they recover the ground ball? It's recovered by Hawkins. Heads up stick skills by Bertie Hawkins to recover that wildly bouncing ball as Brookline gets to stay on the attack. Hawkins flips it over to Smith. Sends it over to Rothstein. Now a pass to the corner to Tian. Now over to Janowski. Janowski to Cooney. Now to Piper Kelly, and now to Hawkins. Hawkins moving to her right. They set up the ISO. Hawkins comes across, trying to beat one defender, fires a shot and skips it in. Birdie Hawkins puts Brookline in double digits, adding a goal to the 2 assists she recorded already today. Brookline now leads New Bedford 10-1. Brookline's now got 4 different goal scorers, adding up to their 10 goals in this half. Great snag on the draw by Cooney. Pass over to Tien, and now back to Hawkins. Hawkins flips it past to Janowski. Janowski charges, tries to come around, and hits a wall. Excuse me. Tien now with the ball. Pass to Hawkins. Hawkins coming out of the back. Looking around, passes to a cutting Rothstein. Rothstein fires, save by Tarpey. Now New Bedford working on the clear. This is Tatum Reese running with it. Gets out of her own end into the neutral area. Still weaving her way through. Into the attack area she goes. But the ball is finally knocked loose by Brookline. It's a battle to scoop it up, and ultimately it's taken out of the air by Kaylin Crane. Crane floats the outlet pass, but it's knocked away and ultimately recovered by Gabriela Saliagos. Pass over to Franklin. Long pass to a wide open Hannah Blanchard, fires and scores. Brookline asleep on the defense there as Hannah Blanchard collects her first goal of the day. Kennedy Franklin with her second assist as New Bedford cuts the score to 10-2. You know, a momentary lapse there, the kind of lapse you don't usually see from the Brookline defense, at least from the games that I've covered. They've been pretty stout on the defensive side of things. But that time, somebody just missed their assignment on that one. Draw control scooped up by Cooney, a long pass to Hawkins. And we've got a whistle for halftime. Your score halfway through here in the preliminary round of the 2022 MIAA Division I Girls Lacrosse State Tournament. The 31st seeded Brookline High Warriors 10. The 34th seeded New Bedford High Whalers 2. Offensively for Brookline, no question the leader, freshman Maggie Tien with 6 goals and an assist in that first half. Birdie Hawkins, another freshman, with a goal and 2 assists. Abby Cooney, a sophomore, with about 1 million draw controls, but also 2 goals offensively. Charlotte Smith, also plenty of draw controls herself. She finishes the first half with a goal and an assist offensively. On the other side, for New Bedford, 1 goal each from Vanessa Buca and Hannah Blanchard. 2 assists coming from the senior co-captain Kennedy Franklin. So as we go into this halftime break, I'd just like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. Today I'd like to talk to you about the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number, unfortunately, has not gone back down. Since March of 2020, the food pantry has served an average of 650 to 700 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. The Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight to end hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and on Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to noon. Once again, Wednesdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to noon. Visit brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help feed your community. Once again, brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And remember, as always, you can find all the information you need about our local charity spotlight in the description section of this video. You can find that same website URL and phone number I just gave for the Brookline Food Pantry. And if you know of any local charities that you think deserve a spotlight during these streams, you can see my email address in the bottom right corner of your screen. Feel free to reach out to me or tell them to reach out to me. And as always, if you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all my upcoming live streams, and feel free to leave your comments in the live chat. I want to hear what you're thinking. But for now, I'm going to go off the mic for halftime. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan at Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, and I'll be right back. Don't go away. All right, back from the halftime break. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to give you this high school girls lacrosse matchup as part of the preliminary round of the 2022 MIAA Division I Girls Lacrosse State Tournament. This contest between the hosting 31st seeded Brookline High Warriors and the visiting 34th seeded New Bedford High Whalers. So far, Brookline has been well in control, a 10-2 lead halfway through. But the game's not over. Let's see what happens here in the second half. Getting ready for the draw, we have Abby Cooney for Brookline and Kennedy Franklin for New Bedford. Up in the air, and a nice snag out of the air by Cooney. She's been doing great with that move today as she passes it ahead to Piper Kelly. Kelly, a quick pass to a cutting Tian. Maggie Tian coming around, fires a shot. Nice block by Tarpey. Tess Tarpey with a nice save to open up, but the ground ball is scooped up by Birdie Hawkins. She's had a couple of those out of some wild loose balls as the Brookline offense now gets to reset. Pass floated to the back, now sent across to Cooney. Now out to Charlotte Smith. Up top to Rothstein. Over to Hawkins. Hawkins charging in. Shot skips past the goal. And it's going to be recovered out the back by Tien. Maggie Tien already with an astounding 6 goals and 1 assist as she passes it out to Faith Rothstein. Up top to Julia Janowski. Now out to Charlotte Smith, who has a goal and an assist already. Charging in, got a lane, shoots, and scores! Charlotte Smith with her 2nd goal of the day to get the scoring started here in the second half. 11-2, now the Brookline advantage. And really not much to say there. Good vision by Smith. Noticing the opening, a good burst of speed to power through it. And from there, it was just easy pay dirt. Off the draw, it's a low draw, and it's going to be scooped up by Hannah Blanchard. Pass well flipped over to Kennedy Franklin, but she lost control of it. Scoops it back up in the attack area. New Bedford now on the offense. And we've got a whistle blown. Whatever that stoppage was for, now we get back underway. And the pass was juggled and dropped by Vanessa Buca. Buca had 1 goal in the first half as she recovers the ball and passes over to Franklin. Franklin with 2 assists so far. Sends it up top to Hannah Blanchard, who also has 1 goal today. Passes over to Tatum Reese. Reese charges, gets walled off, passes out of the double team, but a whistle is blown against the Brookline defense. Tatum Reese will be operating out of the free position. Reese charging in and bowls over a defender and fires her shot into the net. My goodness, if this were basketball, the announcers would be debating over whether or not that was a charge or a block. But a nice sort of spinning charge there from Tatum Reese as her defender just kind of fell over. Just didn't have the footing to withstand the bump there as Reese buries the open shot. Cuts the lead down to 11-3. This draw high up in the air, and it's knocked down, but scooped up by Hannah Blanchard. She's been good on the past couple of draws, but the ball is knocked away nicely by Rothstein. Loose ball being chased down and scooped up by Reese. And now Reese lost the ball. And it's scooped up by Hawkins. Hawkins brings Brookline on the attack. The relentless defensive pressure of Brookline has really been doing a number on New Bedford so far, as now the Warriors offense sets up. Ball goes to the top to Charlotte Smith, now over to Cooney, and now over to Janowski. As Brookline sending it around, now Hawkins with the ball, over to Tien. Tien passes over to a cutting Rothstein, and Rothstein puts it home. Faith Rothstein, her 1st goal of the day. And 2nd assist for Maggie Tien. Nice setup there. A good cut across the front of the net by Rothstein. And a nice floating pass from Tien to the perfect spot as Rothstein had about a step on her defender. But the well-timed pass and shoot makes it once again a 9-goal lead for the Warriors. 12-3 now the mark as Brookline now has their 5th different goal scorer today. High in the air, this one. Being scrummed for, it's on the ground, lifted up into the air, and off the bounce, it's collected by Cooney. Cooney brings it into the attack area. Now floats a pass over to Hawkins. Now over to Rothstein. Rothstein a long pass to Janowski, and then to the back to Tien. Tien surveys and floats it out to Hawkins. Hawkins coming around the back, looking around, gets walled off by a double team. Now looking around, passes to Tien. Tien cutting around and pushed all the way back to the top. Pass to Janowski, and that pass juggled but recovered by Hawkins. Hawkins on the move again. Pass over to Cooney. And back to Hawkins. Nowhere to go, just gives it back to Cooney. Cooney looking around, no openings, and gives it to Hawkins. Now Hawkins surveying, nothing there. Now coming across, coming out of the back. Looking for opening, just passes across to Cooney. Now Cooney crossing up around the back, well defended by Franklin. Ball's knocked loose but recovered by Cooney herself. Passed back to Hawkins. And we've got a whistle. And that's a turnover for Brookline. New Bedford takes over after a nice defensive stand there. Carrying the ball across midfield with speed is Nora Blanchard. Passes ahead to Hannah Blanchard. Hannah Blanchard jukes out one defender, helps not coming in time, and we've got a whistle. The shot was turned away by Karain, but it's going to be a free position chance for Hannah Blanchard. The whistle, the charge, trying to force a shot, couldn't even get a shot off, well defended by Charlotte Smith. Nora Blanchard now coming out of the back, floats a pass, misses her target, and the ground ball is scooped up by Rothstein. And Rothstein passes out of traffic well over to Cooney. Cooney ahead to Hawkins. Hawkins still running with it, passes ahead. Oh, juggled and lost by Tien, but she recovers it behind the net. Passed out now to Rothstein, and now up top to Smith. Over to Piper Kelly. Now they're sending it around. Hawkins to Tien here. Tien, a nice find for Rothstein, and Rothstein makes him pay again. 2 goals here in the second half for Faith Rothstein. Both of them assisted by Maggie Tien, who now has the team lead in both goals and assists. 6 goals and 3 helpers for Tien, and you know, Tien and Rothstein, they basically just did the same thing they did on the last goal they scored together. You know, Rothstein, a nice cut across the front. You know, her defender lets her go, and Tien floats it over, and they just had it perfectly timed. I mean, they're going to take that score all day. Draws up in the air. Scrummed for, and the whistle gives the ball to Brookline. 13-3, the Brookline lead here in the second half. And off that penalty call, Brookline is going to get possession. Rothstein passes over to Cooney, and Cooney sends it ahead to Piper Kelly, who now gives it over to Rothstein. Now to Hawkins. Hawkins charging in, turning around, nowhere to go. Flips it over to Smith. Smith sends it over to Cooney. Cooney surveying. Nowhere to go, and she passes it across to Rothstein. Floated over to Janowski, juggled but recovered, and sent to the back to Tien. They continue to work their way around. This is Hawkins. Flips it. Rothstein again! Faith Rothstein. Consistent with that off-ball movement. Some perfect off-ball cuts she's been bringing, and it's now gotten her the hat trick. 3 goals all in the second half for Faith Rothstein, and that'll be assist number 3 for Birdie Hawkins. And we've got a timeout called by New Bedford. 14-3, the Brookline advantage here in the second half. Stats so far, Maggie Tien, an astounding 6 goals and 3 assists. Birdie Hawkins, 1 goal and shares that assist lead with 3 of her own. Faith Rothstein, who has really come alive in the box score in this second half with 3 goals. Abby Cooney with 2 goals, both in the first half. And Charlotte Smith with 2 goals and an assist. You know, one of the things that's, really been special, I have been talking up how great Maggie Tien has been in the offense, but I feel like I really just keep coming back to how effective the middies have been for Brookline up and down the field. I mean, Abby Cooney, I've talked about the plenty of draw controls she's pulled in, some of the great defensive efforts she's shown, and she's got 2 goals on top of it. Faith Rothstein has had some great defensive moments, particularly applying some midfield pressure to knock the ball loose while New Bedford's trying to transition. And now she's added some marks on the box score with 3 goals, showcasing some really great off-ball cuts. Charlotte Smith is just kind of everywhere, just like Cooney. Great on the draw controls, great on the defense, and now she's got 2 goals and an assist on top of it. Maggie Tien and Birdie Hawkins, have been sort of the big offensive names, as the 2 top attackers for Brookline. But, the middies have been incredible in every phase of the game today. And I feel like they deserve a shout out as well. We got our first in the live chat from Jerry Yang. Go Warriors. I love it. Remember, if you've got anything you'd like to say, I encourage you to say it in the live chat. 14-3, the Brookline lead. Another draw. Knocked away, but it's going to be chased down by Cooney. Cooney now sends a pass ahead to Tien. Now over to Rothstein, and now over to Smith. Then over to Cooney, and across the back to Piper Kelly. Kelly rotates it around to Janowski and now to Hawkins. Hawkins charging in, coming around, flips a pass through traffic, but couldn't complete it. It's simply taken by Tarpey. She was trying for a pass through traffic to Tien, but it just could not be completed. Would have been very impressive if it was. And now New Bedford smothered, but a little too physically by the triple team for Brookline, as they did knock the ball away from Hannah Pereira, but not cleanly. Now Pereira again getting swarmed by the Brookline defense, being forced to the sideline, trying to stay in bounds, and another whistle blown against the Warriors. Pereira once again now throws a pass ahead. It's juggled, and it's going to be scooped up the ground ball by Riley Lackey. Pass ahead to Rothstein. Rothstein bringing it into the attack area, passing over to Hawkins. Hawkins making her approach, and nowhere to go, so she passes out to Rothstein, now given over to Piper Kelly. Back to Rothstein, and then Smith, and then Hawkins. And now Janowski. Now to Cooney from the back. Now over to Tien. Rothstein starts making her move. And this time they're covering for it. So they pass to Smith. Smith tries to pass it back. Pass is deflected. Good deflection by Nora Blanchard. That literally just saved a goal right there, because Maggie Tien was going to be wide open. As Brookline was, putting together a nice play there, really. And funnily enough, it started with Rothstein drawing a double team on another one of those cuts across the net, as this pass is deflected, knocked away by Tien, and she draws a foul. So Brookline takes the ball right back. Some great forward pressure from Maggie Tien. She's going to start her approach, coming around, fires, and skips it in for goal number 7. I'll tell you, I've only had the chance to cover 3 games for Brookline girls lacrosse so far this season, this one being the 3rd. Over the course of those 3 games, Maggie Tien has scored 18 goals. She's averaging 6 goals a game in the games I've had the privilege of covering so far. 15-3, the Brookline advantage over New Bedford here in the second half. Draws up in the air, and it's knocked away. It's being chased after, and Smith couldn't scoop it up cleanly, and it winds up in the stick of Vanessa Buca. Pass over to Nora Blanchard. Now over to Franklin. Not sure if you guys can hear it through my mic. The ice cream truck has arrived behind me as the ball is passed over to Tatum Reese. Reese trying to make an approach, walled off. Had no angle for the shot, so I'm not sure what that was, but it's lost out of bounds, and it's going to stay with New Bedford. Buca bringing it back in, trying to charge, and gets walled off. Tries a pass for Hannah Blanchard, but thought about the charge before collecting the pass. Now skips it, picks it up, charges, and passes out. And Karain tried to intercept that pass, a little more aggressive from what we usually see from the goalie, as now a pass through traffic is scooped up off the ground by Faith Rothstein. Karain passes over to Diane Lee. Lee passes ahead, finds Rothstein. Rothstein pass misses Cooney, and it's going to be scooped up by the Whalers. I believe that's number 5, Callista Pacheco. Into the attack area. couldn't fight her way through Annabelle Gardner, but Gardner was not defending cleanly, so it will stay with the Whalers. Free position chance for Pacheco. Pass over to Hannah Blanchard. Now a pass to Nora Blanchard. Back out to Hannah Blanchard, but not collected, and it's going to be scooped out of the air. Another ground ball for Faith Rothstein. Long pass, juggled but collected by Hawkins. Hawkins running it into the attack area, still charging, and pulls back so the Brookline offense can get properly set. Pass goes back to Cooney. Now over to Hawkins. And to Smith. To Kelly. To Rothstein. And then Tien over to Janowski. Now a pass to a cutting Charlotte Smith. Fights her way through a defender, and the shot misses wide. Stays with Brookline as Tien holding it at the back. And she's just going to bring it out herself, and she's got goal number 8. Again, with the ability they've shown, the Tien to Rothstein connection, you saw Rothstein make another cut across the net. That drew defensive help, and as a result, Tien was left one-on-one, and you really can't leave a player like Maggie Tien one-on-one. She's going to take advantage every time. You know, and that's the power of a deep offense. If you've got, you know, a player like Rothstein drawing defensive help, you got Smith coming around the end drawing more defensive help, and Tien is just left with a one-on-one, then Tien's just going to bury that every time. 16-3, the Brookline lead as Tien buries her 8th goal, and now Rothstein buries her 4th. I can't even keep up. Can't even finish making my analysis on the last goal, and they score another. Rothstein, her 4th goal. Birdie Hawkins, her 4th assist. 17-3, the Brookline lead. Now the draw up in the air, deflected and collected by Smith. Smith looking around, floats it over to Piper Kelly. Piper Kelly, a pass to Rothstein, juggled and lost. Ball still loose, and it's scooped up by Janowski. Janowski, a pass over to Tien. Tien coming around the back, nowhere to go. Still holding the ball. Pass to Hawkins from the back. Hawkins coming around, spins, skips one, misses the goal, but it's picked up by Tien. And Tien gets walled off. Now a pass over to Smith. Up top to Rothstein, and now over to Janowski. As they keep sending it around. Cooney gives it over to Tien. Tien, pass up top to Rothstein. Back to Tien. Now this pass over to Smith. Back to Tien. Tien and Smith just playing catch here as now Tien starts to make an approach. Spins. Spins again, but she got double teamed and the ball was knocked away. Scooped up off the ground, but not well enough as Smith ultimately recovers it. Floats a pass to an open Cooney. Cooney turns around, draws a whistle as the shot misses. Abby Cooney with 2 goals already. she could become the third Brookline player to record a hat trick today. As we get ready for this free position chance, Cooney charges in, shoots, and skips it in. Cooney has the hat trick. Cooney now becomes the third Brookline player to record a hat trick today. Of course, Maggie Tian has done it a couple of times over with 8 goals. Faith Rothstein with 4 goals, all in this second half. And Abby Cooney now with her first goal of the second half, but third goal of the game. 18-3, the Warriors' advantage. The draw is controlled easily by Cooney. Cooney passes ahead to Hawkins. Hawkins with a goal and 4 assists so far today. She comes around, spins, fires, nice save by Tarpey. And very quickly the ball is knocked loose, but not cleanly. Wait, is that number 10 for New Bedford who just passed it? I got a little confused there for a second. I'll have to come back to that later. For right now, Pacheco carrying the ball for the Whalers. Getting pressured, she spins out of the double team and brings it into the attack area. Passes over to Hannah Blanchard. Blanchard makes her charge and draws a whistle. Oh my gosh, and yeah, there's 2 players named, there's 2 players wearing number 10, so that probably isn't even Tess Tarpey in the net, and I've been saying that incorrectly. This shot out of the free position is walled off by the Brookline defense, recovered by Saliagos, and the pass is knocked loose and recovered by Karain. So with this revelation, I no longer know who is in net for New Bedford. She's clearly wearing an alternate jersey of some kind. As Smith working in transition now for Brookline. Cross midfield she goes. Smith still moving. She's got a wide open T&O, but she thought about the shot before catching the pass. The ball is lost, and it's going to be taken on the turnover by the Whalers. This is Mackenzie Baggs. Ball's knocked loose, still loose, and ultimately scooped up by Pacheco. Passed out to Reese. Tatum Reese running with it. Pass misses. It was aimed at Gabriela Saliagos. So Brookline will take the ball on the turnover. 18-3, the Warriors' advantage here in the second half. Winner of this game advances to the round of 32 to face number 2 seeded Westwood. Karain, a long pass, finds her target. And that looks like number 16, Fiona Keegan-McGlynn. Now New Bedford takes over a long pass, finds its target. Saliagos hits a wall and passes it back, misses Reese, but it is recovered by Nora Blanchard, passed over to Hannah Blanchard. Blanchard makes her approach, tries to fire a shot, didn't really have a good opening and misses high and wide. We're seeing Brookline bringing in a lot of their backups now as a nice pass floated over and a shot goes in. That goal scored by number 23, Tari Pereira. I didn't quite see who made the assist, which is too bad because it was a very nice pass. Cuts the lead to 18-4, and oh, there's the final whistle. That's the ball game, and Brookline wins. The 31st seeded Warriors are heading to Westwood for the round of 32. As they advance past the 34th seeded New Bedford Whalers here in the preliminary round, your final score: the Brookline Warriors 18, the New Bedford Whalers 4. What a complete game from the Brookline Warriors. Again, looking through the stats as we close this one out, Maggie Tien, the clear offensive leader, with 8 goals and 3 assists. Birdie Hawkins with a goal and 4 assists. Faith Rothstein with 4 goals. Abby Cooney with 3 goals. Charlotte Smith with 2 goals and 1 assist. And it's almost a shame I can only record offensive statistics while also, doing everything else to cover this game, because there'd probably be some pretty great marks in terms of draw controls, ground balls, and turnovers forced for a lot of the Brookline players, but I just don't have those numbers. For New Bedford's offensive numbers, 1 goal each from Tatum Reese, Hannah Blanchard, Vanessa Buca, and Tari Pereira. I recorded 2 assists for Kennedy Franklin, and there was 1 assist that I just didn't see right there at the end. So that is going to do it. We will wait to find out the schedule for the next round. As Brookline advances, they will play on the road at second-seeded Westwood in the round of 32. Final score: Brookline 18, New Bedford 4. A salute to the New Bedford Whalers as their season comes to an end. Yes, it didn't end the way you probably wanted, but like I said at the beginning, making the playoffs is no small feat, regardless of what seed you make it in. All the best to New Bedford's departing seniors: Callista Pacheco, Sarah Sadness, Kennedy Franklin, Nora Blanchard, and Tari Pereira. All the best there. And for Brookline's 2 seniors, Jada Kelly and Lee Mitchell, your high school career continues to march on. Congratulations for your graduation on Sunday, but you've still got more lacrosse to play. Thank you all for watching here today. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. If you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. Whether if I get booked for the round of 32 game at Westwood, we'll see what happens with that. And then, of course, we'll have, some summer sports coming up, summer baseball, some semi-pro football. Who knows what else I might pick up over the summer, but you will know if you subscribe to the channel. If you've got anything you'd like to say, feel free to say it in the comment section down below after the stream is over. And, of course, check out the bottom right corner of your screen. You can see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. You can find out more about me, the services that I provide, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team or player. Below that, my email address if you just have any direct questions for me. And below that, a link, the URL to my Instagram account, where I post highlights from previous live streams. And boy, am I going to have some tough pickings here. So many great highlights throughout this contest. But be sure to watch out for those by following me on Instagram. And of course, be sure to check out the description section of the video to find out all the information you need about our local charity spotlight for today, the Brookline Food Pantry. Find out how you can help feed your community. And I think that's all that needs to be said here today from Downs Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. in the preliminary round of the MIAA Division I Girls Lacrosse State Tournament. Your final score, the 31st seeded Brookline High Warriors 18, the 34th seeded New Bedford High Whalers 4. The Warriors move on to the round of 32 at second seeded Westwood. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a great rest of your day.